In this lesson, we're going to work more in the mouth vent area. In this case, we want to make some more indentations in here. But the way we created the mouth vent was kind of tedious. Trimming out the area, using an offset surface, creating ruled surfaces, and then doing the multiple trim. I'll show you what might be considered an easier way of achieving the same sort of result. It's going to start with a sketch and a split line. In this case, the sketch is a set of triangles, taking into account going to be a symmetrical pattern. The split line feature was used to create splits on the face rather than removing the faces altogether. The next feature is actually an extrude feature. This is a function that was added to SOLIDWORKS recently in the 2010 release. Surface extrude has been around for a long time, but the options within it have not been available. I'll roll this back and create a new feature for you so you can see how it works. With the split already created, extruded surface, SOLIDWORKS will give you this message, which you are accustomed to seeing if you begin features before you have a sketch created or selected. But in this case, instead of selecting a sketch, we're going to select split out faces. So I'll select each of these three areas. Now, because this third area is straddling the symmetry plane, it's going to give us a little bit of difficulty, which I'll show you how to deal with a little bit later. What I want SOLIDWORKS to do is to take these surfaces and push them in the mouth vent area with the offset. It's going to automatically create the faces that we created manually with the ruled surface. In order to do this, we have to tell it what direction to push. So I'll say in the direction of extrusion box, I'm going to select the front plane. When I look at this, I see that it's not really what I want. So I want a direction that's essentially right up the jaw area of the helmet. If you remember, back in the helmet sketch, we actually had a line that did this. So I'm going to exit out of the feature, roll back to the helmet outline, and show that sketch. And we've got a sketch line in the helmet outline that gives me just what I need. So let's go through that again. Open the extruded surface, select the three areas, pick the extrusion direction box, and click on the line from the helmet outline sketch. Now we can see that this extrude is coming at an angle. I'm also going to use the draft option on this and extrude with a draft of 15 degrees. I'm going to tell it to cap the ends so that these end faces will be filled in, and tell it to delete the original faces so that this feature will remove the green selected faces. On top of that, I'm going to tell SOLIDWORKS to knit the result so I don't have to come back later with a knit feature and knit these into the rest of the body. And then click OK. So SOLIDWORKS is doing a lot of work for us here behind the scenes. You have to remember to click these extra selection boxes. Let's go through those again. The selection boxes in this case are the direction, cap end, delete the original faces, and knit result. Now, if we look at the end product, we notice we've got a problem. We've got an extra face in here that we don't really want or need. Let's turn off the sketch that we don't need anymore. So in this case, what I'll do is just use the delete face feature, select this, make sure that we have delete selected and not anything else, and then say OK. Now this is going to cause a slight problem for us later on, but we'll be able to work around that. Notice that we had the 15-degree draft on this, and so this edge is not going to be right on the symmetry plane. And so we'll have to fill that in with a boundary surface later on.